Hey guys, Ewan from VainCosmo here, and today I'm going to count down the top 5 heroic perks in VainGlory. This list was inspired by Alex14's list from the VainGlory game forums, who goes a lot more in depth on the VainGlory heroic perks. A link to his heroic perk breakdown will be in the description, so without further ado, let's get right into the list. Number 5. Alpha Infinite Reboot. Instead of dying, Alpha initiates a reboot sequence upon receiving lethal damage, gaining up to 1800 reserve health, based on level. For the next several seconds, enemies can continue to attack her and deal damage. If her reserve is not destroyed during this time, she will reboot to ample health at the same location. The cooldown for this ability is displayed in place of Alpha's energy bar. Once this bar is full, Infinite Reboot is available. This bar will slide back to 0 during the reboot process, indicating the remaining time left before she is restored to health. Infinite Reboot may be the reason, and the only reason, why Alpha is regarded as a late game beast. After all, you've got 2 lives to spare and you wouldn't have any energy issues for the entire match. While the rebooting process plays a huge part in Alpha's damage output and survivability, it does not define Alpha's playstyle. Just because you have 2 lives doesn't mean you can be suicidal though, and you need to pick your time to suicide bomb carefully. Nothing even comes remotely close to Infinite Reboot's revival ability. It is a completely unique perk that makes Alpha feel like a breath of fresh air. Number 4. Vox, Julia's Song. Vox's abilities mark enemies with resonance. When basic attacking enemies with resonance, bolts will bounce outwards to 2 nearby enemies, dealing 140 plus 90% crystal ratio crystal damage at the max level and refreshing and spreading resonance. Resonance bounces deal 50% damage to minions. With Vox's heroic perk, aiming your area of attack is something of the past. Julia's Song is strong enough that it governs the positioning of a teamfight by itself. Not to mention the insane amount of poke it gives Vox regardless of weapon power or crystal power. No other abilities or mechanics allows the hero's auto attack to bounce to nearby targets. Therefore, Julia's Song is completely unique, and of course, as any player would know, the potential of this heroic perk is eye-watering. Number 3. Taka, House Kamua. Every 5 seconds, Taka's next basic attack is replaced with a Mortal Strike. Mortal Strikes deal 40, plus 25% weapon ratio bonus damage, and grant Taka a burst of movement speed. Whenever Taka Mortal Strikes or uses an ability, he gains a stack of Ki, which speeds up his Mortal Strike timer by 0.9 seconds and grants 25% cooldown speed, 5 Ki stacks max. An empowered auto attack with a speed up on top is the dream of every assassin, and when you get that bonus for as long as you want, things can get a little out of hand. House Kamua fits perfectly with Taka's stealthy hit-and-run style. It improves crystal power Taka's viability by refreshing Mortal Wound and allows weapon power Taka to deal ridiculous burst damage without fail. Speed up and empowered auto attacks are not rare things, but when you combine them together, they become something else. Number 2. Lyra, Principal Arcanum. Lyra's attacks are arcane missiles, dealing up to 90 plus 40% CP crystal damage at maximum level. If she holds her ground after releasing an attack, she automatically channels and releases a much stronger arcane missile that deals up to 175 plus 60% CP additional crystal damage and briefly slows its targets by 70%. Each channeled missile consumes up to 20 energy, but Lyra can continue using these even if she runs out of energy. When a slow, a fast empowered auto attack, a CP ratio and an infinite range all come together in one heroic perk, you know that the hero is going to be super OP. Principal Arcanum is powerful enough that nobody would complain even if it was an actual ability. Principal Arcanum fits very well with Lyra's utility heavy kit, and it is also the fundamental damage source of crystal power Lyra and weapon power Lyra. Principal Arcanum is similar to Ringo's Achilles shot, with no cooldown, lower energy and lower damage. Number 1. Finn, Unstoppable. Finn cannot be stopped or stunned. All movement impairing effects are instead reduced to moderate slows. He even shrugs off attempts on his life, passively gaining 15% additional armor, shield and max health from items and effects. It's needless to explain how strong Unstoppable is, and that is enough to put it at the most powerful heroic perk in the game. As strong as a perk, Unstoppable doesn't necessarily affect Finn's playstyle very much, as he is very slow and it's never a bad thing to nullify stuns. But besides that, Finn doesn't benefit exceptionally from this perk. Finn's heroic perk is very unique. The only thing that comes close when comparing Unstoppable would be a permanent reflex block. 15% bonus defense is a bit like the health barrier, so that is pretty OP and unique at the same time. So that is the list of the top 5 heroic perks in VainGlory. Leave your favourite heroic perks down in the description, and if you enjoyed this video then drop a like and subscribe for more future top 5 videos, gameplays and updates.
Bye! Have a beautiful time!